Hola amigos, Sean, brand ambassador with Spanish 55 here. Y en este video, I'm going to teach you how to get into music in Spanish. And it's actually pretty easy. You just listen to the songs because they're really, really good. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper than that. And it's actually kind of funny. It's chistoso. It's funny because I'm someone who I love music in Spanish, all sorts of artists, genres. I love singing sometimes when I'm in the shower, whatever. And I'm a really bad dancer. No bailo bien. I don't dance well, but I still love it. Like I still love going to the club, doing some Latin dancing. I'm not very good. I'll probably never be very good, but I will always love Spanish music. Y es muy importante enamorarte de la música en español. Enamorarte. You have to fall in love. It's very important to fall in love with Spanish language music. Why? Because this is the most fun way to learn the language. La manera más divertida de aprender español. Now, you probably already know some popular artists who sing in Spanish, right? Shakira, Enrique Iglesias, just to name a few. But there's a lot more out there that you probably don't know yet and that are really good as well. And that's where the fun comes in. Now, I'm going to tell you about a few here. But we've got a playlist, personal playlist that's in the link in the description. Check it out. These are some of my favorite Spanish language songs. And you'll definitely find something on there that you like just because it's a Feel free to check it out down below as we go along. Maybe open it up on Spotify, whatever works for you, okay? But the key to this is you got to make this like a lifestyle, right? Like once you get hooked on Spanish language music, it's just like with you throughout your life, whether you're into like salsa, bachata, reggaeton, rock, rap, whatever. There's all of these different genres of music. And in that playlist, you're going to find examples of each one. And pretty soon you'll be in the car or in the shower or whatever, singing by yourself like, Miami me lo confirmó, Puerto Rico me lo regaló. And then you like realize that you're still just a guy from Minnesota who isn't from Miami or Puerto Rico. Well, whatever, right? In fact, just for fun, I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite artists, a couple ones that you might not be that familiar with. Because like I said, of course, you know who Shakira is. Of course, you know who Enrique Iglesias is. You probably do anyway. But let's go over a couple ones that are, maybe not that common that you would probably really like. First one I'm going to mention is Juanes, okay? Juanes is a Colombian singer, and you might like put him in the category of pop. Would it be pop? I don't even really know, honestly. I mean, I don't even pay attention to that. I just enjoy the music, right? Like what categories? I don't know, but his music's good. But anyway, he's a Colombian singer and just has really good music. He's got a lot of songs you'll find in the playlist, for example, like Adiós le pido, La camisa negra, hermosa ingrata. But anyway, it's really good. His music has kind of an, well, I wouldn't say always like an upbeat vibe, but like a good vibe. It's the type of music where you're not going to be learning like vulgar language. He doesn't use vulgar language. It's good Spanish. Colombian Spanish in general is very good to learn. So it's good to learn from artists like Juanes or Shakira, for example. But that doesn't mean you should discount other ones as well, right? Calle is another one that you might like. Okay, so this is a Puerto Rican group, right? It's a Puerto Rican kind of rap reggaeton group. And a lot of you are probably familiar with, Puerto Rican reggaetoneros such as Daddy Yankee, Don Omar. Those are the very popular ones, right? But Calle 13, they're popular. They're a little bit less popular though, right? They're not quite as like well-known as, the Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Pitbull, whatever. But Calle 13 could be a really, really good one for you to become familiar with, especially if you're kind of into that reggaeton or like rap fast-paced style. Because the cool thing about listening to like rap or hip-hop or like fast-paced stuff, or even like, certain types of reggaeton, is that you're really learning, number one, a lot of slang, which is, a good idea. You shouldn't always necessarily use the slang that you learn. You have to be careful as a non-native speaker when using slang terminology, but it is good to learn and understand it. And also, if you can understand a rap song in any language, then your listening skills are really, really good. It's fast-paced, okay? Like a lot of the songs you might hear are very slow-paced. If you can get to the point where you're understanding rap songs, or like Calle 13's reggaeton in a lot of their songs, now you're doing really, really well. Calle 13 is also an interesting one because they have kind of a different political perspective. They don't get that political in all of their songs, but some of them have, a little bit of like a political leaning in them. And you might get like a different perspective than you would otherwise hear from different artists. I'll leave it at that. Plus, let's be honest, everybody who's learned a decent amount of Spanish knows that trying to sing in different accents is hilarious and super fun. I mean, like me trying to sing in a Puerto Rican accent, and I'm not making fun of the Puerto Rican accent. Everybody knows that it's a little bit, different, and it's fun. It's fun to sing in it. Atrévete, salte del closet, tápate, quítate el estante, quítate la parte, que nadie va a retratarte. Levántate, ponte hyper, préndete, sácale chispa al estarte. Préndete en fuego como un lighter, sacude del sudor como si fuera un wiper, que tú eres callejera, street fighter. It goes a little something like that. Maybe not quite exactly like that, but listen to the song, okay? I mean, personally, I have all sorts of playlists. Like my Spotify, half the playlists are probably different songs in Spanish. It's like a Canta Conmigo playlist, which is the playlist that I was using that has mostly Colombian songs when I was preparing to go to Colombia. We have a Latino songs one, which is kind of a mix of just like reggaeton, Daddy Yankee, Calle 13, I don't know what else. We got Mexico, which is pretty self-explanatory. These are the names of the playlist, right? Then we have more reggae, which is just like more reggaeton. Then we have, what else is on the list? I don't even know. Oh yeah, then there's the Brazil Latino Party playlist, which is also kind of self-explanatory. I'm making it sound like all I like to do is party and listen to music in Spanish. It's not necessarily that untrue. Like if I could, I would. I could just listen to these songs all day long and kind of party, maybe I would do that. Okay, so I probably convinced you at this point that it can be fun, at least. You should at least think it's gonna be fun to learn more about music in Spanish and listen to some songs in Spanish, right? We've made that clear, that it's fun, right? Okay, now how about a quick tip or two to finish the video? Like, what do you do? It's like, okay, Sean, you've convinced me. It's fun. Voy a escuchar unas canciones en español. I'm gonna listen to some songs in Spanish. But how do I improve my Spanish with that? Primero, encuentra unas canciones que te gustan. Find a few songs that you like. Segundo, busca la letra, sea en Google, YouTube, donde sea. Look for the lyrics, whether it's Google, YouTube, whatever, and go through the whole song and look up the definition of all the words that you don't understand, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of slang probably in these songs. Or just words that you don't understand in general that aren't really slang, but you look those up, and then all of a sudden you just put the song on repeat 1,000 times while you're on a road trip or, in the shower or doing whatever you do every day, workout, whatever, and now all of a sudden you listen to it 100 times and you're memorizing these words. Ven bailalo, ay ven bailalo. Ven gózalo y ven gózalo, que la rumba está buena, contigo morena. Sorry, I got distracted again. Anyway, you see how bad I am at dancing? Like how much fun I enjoy, how much I enjoy the song, and how bad I am at dancing. Now, like I previously mentioned, there's going to be some of these songs, particularly if it's in like the rap, reggaeton, genre, that's going to have some lyrics that are not so good. There's going to be some, slang, some derogatory terminology, some swear words. It's good to learn and understand those, but be very careful when you use them. Do not use them very often. As non-native speakers of a language, we always want to be very careful because a lot of times we might use, a swear word or a derogatory term in a way that we think is funny, but is actually just kind of stupid or offensive. So be very careful with that, but it is good to learn to understand, okay? Amigos, I don't know what else to say. Ese es el final del video de hoy. That is the end of the video today, but you should understand the point, right? Start listening to more music in Spanish. It's super fun. It's arguably like the best way to learn, okay? Check out the link in the description to the playlist that I mentioned. Check out the other link in the description to book a consult with Spanish 55, and we will talk again soon. Hasta pronto.